earthquake that hit Cuba, Jamaica, and parts of Miami also felt this quake. So, and we know about Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico just won't stop shaking. They've been shaking for an entire month now. And we shall see. It should be a lot of aftershocks from this type of quake. That is very powerful right there, y'all. And it seems like the islands are really getting it the worst. Caribbean quake of 7.7 prompts office evacuations in Miami. Now, I heard that Miami-Dade County and Broward County could feel the quake as well. And I know there's been all kinds of tsunami alerts going on. So this is BBC, January 28th, 2020. So a powerful 7.7 magnitude earthquake has struck in the Caribbean, prompting brief tsunami warnings and office evacuations as far as Florida. The quake hit between Jamaica, the Cayman Islands, and Cuba in a depth of 10 kilometers, that's 6.2 miles. The U.S. Geological Survey said on Tuesday, buildings shook and tremors were felt across the Caribbean, but there were no immediate reports of casualty. And I did watch some of the videos that the citizens put up, and boy, that was a mess. We saw roads cave in and all kinds of damage. Okay, some offices were temporarily evacuated in Miami and parts of Jamaica. Warnings by the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center were later withdrawn. Okay, so the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center said hazardous tsunami waves were possible for coast, located 186 miles of the earthquake epicenter. So those alerts were called off, over time. So here's all of the islands and nations that felt the shaking. This include Belize, Cuba, Honduras, Mexico, the Cayman Islands, and Jamaica. So all of those countries felt the shaking. A 7.7, I'm surprised it's not more, to be honest with you. That is pretty strong. But in an update around 2045 GMT time, they said the tsunami threat was largely past. Okay, so seismologist Lucy Jones tweeted, the magnitude 7.7 Jamaican quake produced sideways motions on the fault. So the tsunami risk was low. So that was low. So you can see the tweet right here. January 28th, 2020 at 7:33 p.m. So you can see this is where the earthquake struck. Wow. Pictures of Miami shows office workers gathered in car parks and thronging the streets after the earthquake struck at 14:10 GMT time. There were no injuries or road closures, Miami police said. Okay, here's another tweet from Brandon Orr, shaking from the 7.7 magnitude Caribbean earthquake felt in high rises as north as Adventure, Florida, just north of Miami. Does this work? Okay. I don't know. Maybe they took it down. All right. I felt the house trembling and realized it was a quake. Kingston resident Jawara Rogers told AFP news agency. Michelle Emmanuel, a doctor in the same city, added, I was on the second floor of a building and there was a sustained shaking of the building. I felt dizzy. The door was slamming consistently for a while. In the Cayman Islands, a warning to move away from coastal areas was issued by the government, but stood down a few hours later. On Twitter, Cayman authorities said there were only a few reports of structural damage to buildings and shelter was being opened as a precaution. Okay, so you can see right here hazardous hazard management CI, and this was tweeted on the 28th, 2020 at 8:34 p.m. It is unlikely the Cayman Islands will be impacted by a damaging tsunami. There is now very low risk. Information from the Tsunami Warning Center indicates the first wave would have already passed the Cayman Islands. The main threat now relates to the possibility of aftershocks. And see, that's what's going to get them. You know, those aftershocks, you can get thousands of them. McHale Campbell, a police media relations officer in the Cayman Islands, told Reuters news agency he was not immediately aware of any reports of serious damage. Okay. But you know what, y'all? Everybody's got to be careful because this ain't over. Those aftershocks, look, it's been a month and Puerto Rico is still shaking. You know, it's no telling how long they're going to be feeling these aftershocks in the coming days or even weeks or months. But yeah, that for something that big, I mean, 7.7, that is, woo, that is unimaginable, y'all. You know, I remember it must have been like 27, maybe, I'm sorry, maybe like 2013 or 2012. Chile got hit with an 8.0, and they said it changed their entire landscape. But you know, that is exactly what's going on in Puerto Rico. The earthquake, because of shaking for a month, they said it's changing the entire landscape of Puerto Rico. But y'all, please tell me what you think. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Boy, the Most High is busy. He is busy. Peace, family.